The unveiled secret: why are the chosen always alone, without friends or relationships? In literature, cinema, and mythology, the image of the chosen one is widespread, often associated with one defining trait: loneliness. Although they are heroes endowed with special abilities or fateful missions, these characters often remain alone, without close friends or romantic relationships. This motif appears in many cultures and is revealed through various archetypes. The chosen ones, despite their power and significance, are isolated from the world they must protect or transform. But why is this the case? What explains this deep solitude that accompanies their destinies? To better understand, we need to examine several key aspects of their journey and try to uncover the hidden reasons that cause the chosen ones to remain alone. 1. Responsibility and destiny, the mission that separates them from others. The chosen ones are often burdened with missions that surpass ordinary human understanding and abilities. They are called to change the world, defeat powerful villains, or deal with catastrophic events. These missions make them different from everyone else, as they are the only ones responsible for the fate of the world. Often, the chosen ones face dilemmas that require difficult decisions, choices that ordinary people could neither understand nor support. This distance between them and others isolates them, forcing them to give up personal relationships in favor of a higher goal. This alienation from the world can be seen as an inevitable part of the chosen one's role. Their mission is too great to be shared with ordinary people. A prime example is Frodo Baggins from The Lord of the Rings. Frodo carries the ring that must be destroyed, and the weight of this mission isolates him from his companions, even when they are physically beside him. Although Samwise Gamgee is a loyal friend, Frodo is still forced to bear the greatest part of the burden alone. The chosen ones often realize that their path cannot be fully understood by others because they are the only ones truly capable of fulfilling their mission. They carry the weight of the world on their shoulders, and this burden cuts them off from human connections. As a result, the chosen ones often find themselves in a state of emotional and physical solitude. 2. The need to build inner strength. The loneliness of the chosen one can also be viewed as a way to build inner strength and resilience. In many myths and stories, heroes must go through periods of solitude to discover their true selves and develop the necessary skills to complete their mission. The chosen ones often face intense internal conflicts that can only be overcome through self-reflection and personal growth. An example of this is the hero's journey in many mythologies, which often includes a phase of solitude, known as the dark night of the soul. This is the moment when the chosen one confronts their deepest fears and doubts. In this moment of trial, the hero is forced to rely solely on themselves and discover their own strength. In such situations, loneliness acts as a catalyst for personal growth. Without external influences and distractions, the chosen one can focus on their inner development and gain the wisdom needed to fulfill their mission. For example, in The Matrix, Neo must confront his doubts and fears alone to become the One and face the agents of the system. This inner struggle is an essential part of his growth as a hero. 3. The exclusivity that leads to alienation. One of the main reasons for the loneliness of the chosen ones is their exclusivity. They possess unique qualities, abilities, or knowledge that set them apart from everyone else. This exclusivity makes them incomprehensible to ordinary people and often leads to alienation. The chosen ones cannot share their experiences and thoughts with others because their world is entirely different. As a result, they isolate themselves because they understand that no one else can grasp their reality. The exclusivity of the chosen one can be symbolic of both their physical powers and their spiritual or moral qualities. For example, in many religious and mythological stories, the chosen ones are endowed with divine powers or knowledge that separate them from humanity. This divine connection makes them different and inaccessible to others. In modern literature and cinema, this can be seen with superheroes, who often find themselves isolated due to their supernatural abilities. An example of this is Superman, who, despite being a hero, always remains alienated from human society. He can never fully fit in among people because he is different and possesses powers that separate him from them. Even when Superman forms connections with people, he always knows that his nature makes him a stranger among them. 4. The dangers for those around, the chosen as protectors through solitude. Often, the chosen ones remain alone because any relationship they form can become a threat to their loved ones. In many stories, the enemies of the chosen one use their friends and family as a way to manipulate or harm them. Therefore, the chosen ones choose to stay distant to protect those they love. Here, solitude appears not as a weakness, but as a sacrifice, a way to protect their loved ones from the dangers associated with their mission. This motif is prevalent in many superhero stories. For example, Spider-Man is known for distancing himself from close relationships to protect those he loves. Peter Parker understands that his enemies can use Mary Jane or Aunt May as leverage. In this sense, his loneliness is a form of protection, even though it causes him emotional suffering. 5. Emotional isolation as part of the sacrifice. The chosen ones often have to make great personal sacrifices to fulfill their mission. Not only do they give up a normal life, but also personal joys, relationships, and close connections. This solitude is not just physical but also emotional. They are forced to maintain a distance from people because their path demands total dedication. Often, this is felt as a burden, but it is necessary for them to focus on the bigger picture, saving the world or fulfilling their preordained destiny. This sacrifice is not only about physical separation from loved ones but about emotional detachment. By isolating themselves emotionally, the chosen ones ensure that they can fully concentrate on their ultimate mission. Thus, their loneliness is both a burden and a necessary condition for their heroism, making them truly chosen in every sense. The loneliness of the chosen ones is deeply intertwined with their archetype, whether it be in literature, mythology, or cinema. This solitude stems from the weight of their destiny, the uniqueness of their abilities, and the need to protect the world around them, sometimes even from themselves. The mission of the chosen ones is too great to be understood by ordinary people, which leads to inevitable alienation and emotional isolation. Their inner strength is often built through this solitude. The chosen must confront personal demons and develop wisdom and resilience that cannot be attained through external connections. Their exclusivity makes them incomprehensible and even dangerous to those around them, pushing them toward self-sacrifice, choosing to remain alone to protect their loved ones. So, the loneliness of the chosen is not merely a companion to their destiny but an integral part of it, necessary for fulfilling their path and protecting the world they must transform. If you found this insight interesting, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There's much more to explore about the chosen ones, their sacrifices, and the worlds they change. Stay tuned for more thought-provoking content.